Okay, so this actually does happen, and I'm going to tell you don't panic when it does. I'm going to give you some options. I finished my curriculum about 8 weeks early. There's currently 7 weeks left in my homeschool, and I finished a ton of curriculum already, like way more than I expected to at this point in the year. So now what? Now what do I do? Okay, so I didn't panic, but here is what I did so you can kind of take this and figure out, if this is something that you can duplicate or kind of make into your own. So what do we do when the school year still has a couple of months and the curriculum is over? What do? Do you buy all new curriculum? No. I'm going to show you what I did. So this might actually happen to you at some point, and most likely it will. If not for one subject, then maybe multiple subjects. This year, it just happened to fall to where we had math, history, and another one, language arts, structure and style. We finished those all around the same time, which left a gap of like 2 hours freed up in my homeschool because he's doing 10th grade math, even though he's a 9th grader. It's kind of weird. So he was doing geometry for like sometimes over an hour every day. And then we had our history stuff, and that was a good 30 to 45 minutes. And then structure and style, which if you do structure and style, the first 2 days are a video. It's real video heavy. So that was another hour gap that I have in my day. So now what do I do? Because technically for the state, we are supposed to be homeschooling at least 4 hours a day to make a whole school day. So I do try to be within state compliance here. I really do try to make that work. So what do? Do I just forego math the rest of the year? No, that's not what I'm doing. Okay, so here is my plan. Now this works for me because I already have a child who is graduated and I saved a lot of his curriculum. So I have a lot of things on standby over in my homeschool closet. And you guys know I hoard curriculum books. So for history, what I did was I actually grabbed some readers. I went through some of the old history books that I had because for world history, my oldest child he's in EMT school right now. My oldest child did not grasp world history. So I still had those books and I grabbed those and I went through those to see what all was in those. I decided I don't really want to use those because we already went through the entire textbook for Preparing the World for Jesus for world history. That's from Generations. We already finished that one. So I thought to myself, what would Karen Andriola tell you? Karen Andriola would tell me, go get living books. So that's what I did. So I made an order on Simply Charlotte Mason because I asked my son, what would you like to learn? And he said that he wanted to go and do some more ancient Egypt. So I got Ancient Egypt and Her Neighbors. And by the way, we really like this book. Okay, so if you're wondering, I am, how far? I think I'm at chapter 8. Yeah, we're at chapter 8. We really like this book. This is a really cool book. So we are going through this one, and I got the narration cards. Those are being discontinued because it's being put into the new history curriculum. So I got the narration cards because it's not out yet. So I went ahead and got some of the narration cards. They still had them in stock. And we are doing a chapter a day, and then we're doing a written narration. And then with that written narration, I got their Art of Composition book. I know I said you don't have to go out and buy curriculum, but I had a bunch of people asking me to review this one, so I went ahead and I bought it. It wasn't that expensive. And we are just kind of naturally going through it. Now these books here, the Art of Composition, sorry, I'm grabbing something. Okay, you take your written narrations from the day and you use those in your Art of Composition book. So it kind of flows together. So we will read this book together. He does a written narration, and then he uses those written narrations in the Art of Composition book. So it all kind of like flows together. So it doesn't feel like we're doing so many subjects. It's kind of, you know, all together as one. I like that. So we are just a couple lessons into the Art of Composition book, and it's just keeping him in the habit of writing. So what about math? So that takes care of history, and that takes care of the Art of Composition, or that takes care of language arts. What about math? So for math right now, we are doing SAT prep. Now we are using the College Board website. I've already been through this with my oldest child, and I'm actually going to put him into the same SAT prep. I think it's called SAT Genius. We are going to put him in the same class as my oldest child was in. It's at a totally different website location. I already did a review of this class. We really liked it. It totally helped him on his SATs. It was such a good class. I'm really thankful I put him in there. He was really happy I put him in there. So we are doing Khan Academy and SAT Board, SAT practice stuff right now, and that's taking care of math. So he is doing that for about 30 to 45 minutes a day. I'm not really timing it that much, but you know, I'm just making sure that he gets some practice in until he gets into this course. I'm going to look at putting him into it maybe over the summer. I'm not sure. I don't want to overload him for 10th grade. So I'm thinking about putting him in that course over the summer, but over the summer, he's also got to be in driver's ed. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet. We are also reading a book together. We are reading Ben-Hur, and I have just some extra books that we did not get to that we are reading together. And he is my reader. He is my child that loves to read. So I don't read out loud, and I'll tell you why. We do a lot of audiobooks that we read together, but we don't do a thing where like I physically read it out loud because I have arthritis in my jaw, and it really hurts me to talk for too long at a time, which is why these videos are never that long, because I can't talk that long at a time. So I can only do so much. So a lot of times what we do too is we will read the book on our own, and then we'll come together like a book club. So I love that. And right now we are doing Ben-Hur. We are reading that. We are about 50 pages in or so. So we are going to be reading that. And then whenever we finish that one, I have more books on the shelf, but that is where I'm at right now. So we're reading Ben-Hur, Ancient Egypt and Her Neighbors. We're doing The Art of Composition. And then we are also adding in SAT prep. And then he also has to take his state test probably next week, because we have to do that in April. And that's just a state requirement for the state of North Carolina. So I have to make sure that he gets that done as well. So it's just, there's plenty of things to do that are cheap. I think I spent maybe $10 on this, maybe $10, $11. Also, they have this brand new book too, On the Edge of the Great Sea. I bought this one just in case I have some extra time by the end of the 7 weeks. If I don't have enough to add into that, I just went ahead and just grabbed that book. That book is on the history of ancient Greece and Rome. So I went ahead and grabbed 2 living books, and The Art of Composition, and hopefully I will have up a review for The Art of Composition by the summer, so you guys can decide if you want that one. I also have a campfire unit. I have Histories, Mysteries also from Campfire that we can go through too. I expect to go through this probably the last 3 to 4 weeks of school. That's my game plan, is to start that unit probably the last couple weeks of school. There are so many Campfire units on their website right now. Highly recommend them. I love them. We always do one at the end of the year. So that's like our big end of the year wrap up, is usually a Campfire unit. I have that one, and I have the veterinary unit. Can't wait to go through those. Those are always so much fun to cap off the end of the year. That's my video for today. I hope that you guys have a great day. Let me know, what do you do when you finish early? If you've never finished early before and it happens to you, don't panic. It happens to all of us at some point. I will see you guys next time. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and happy homeschooling.